Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. My name's Jim Gadberry. This is Debbie. We have Life is a Joy bus.
We've been in our bus on the road for about 4 years now, and it's been great. Well, welcome to the interior of the bus. This is the kitchen. We wanted to have everything regular full size like in a home because I wanted to be able to cook a Thanksgiving meal in here if I needed to, and I have. And it's not a problem. So we have a double sink, which we bought at Restore. My sink here is working fabulously because I wash my dishes over here. I have this little drainer that drains them in this one. And if I need separate sink rinse water, I just put that little foldable thing out there and use that for rinsing water. I love it. It works great. Up above here, we have lots of storage, all kinds of things. And then we have these windows here because, you know, most of the time when you're doing dishes, it's nice to look outside and see things that are going on. And often we have a beautiful view. Over here under the sink, we have like the regular storage mostly that other people have under their kitchen sinks, which are cleaning products and lots of trash bags. And on this side over here, we have this drawer. This is the computer that we can look at what's going on with our solar and can even change parameters on it and stuff. So this is a very shallow area right here, and I wondered what I was going to do with it, but it worked out really well for storing these things. We chose a full-size stove. I wanted to be able to cook a turkey in here or anything. I love it because I can bake anything I want to bake in there. And this is a propane stove, and we opted with propane instead of electricity because we have a lot of propane outside. To me, putting in a full-size stove, full-size refrigerator, full-size sink, all of those things took up extra room, but they've been so worth it. I do have a microwave. You can see that what we have in there are lots of dried beans and all kinds of stuff because I never use the microwave. When you're in a small space, you have to put things don't look maybe as organized as they do in other places, but everything's in there. I know where it all is. These are my plates and all cups and all that kind of stuff. This one has mostly foods. This one is my spice drawer. This one is it looks like a junk drawer, but really it's not. It's like all those kind of things that you use in your kitchen. I feel like I could probably use more storage, and one reason is because Jim likes to buy a lot of things in bulk. So like you'll see that we have, when we find a good deal, for instance on coffee down here at this little discount place, I bought a lot of extra deals of coffee, and I have plenty of room up there for everything else that I use daily. But when I buy extra things, I just put them up in these two little tubs up here. And when we travel, these go down. They don't stay up there. My refrigerator is a full-size high efficiency, so it doesn't use a lot of electricity. And yes, I'm really glad we got it because I tend to keep lots of stuff in the refrigerator and freezer. And it's really important when you're on the road, if you get one of these kind of refrigerators, that you find something to make them stay closed. I tried on our first trip, we realized this because we went around the corner and whoop, everything came out of the refrigerator. So we looked, and finally we found in Walmart these little child safety things. Also, we have some of these over here on these two cabinet doors. The drawers down here, they'll also slide open if they're not hooked in some way. So we have a little thing back here that this goes into, a little metal thing, and there's the thumb screw there. So we put those in there, and it keeps them tight when we're traveling. Also, we have over here a little pantry, and it's small, but it holds way more than you think. Holds lots. It also can be used in a pinch for a little bit of extra counter space, but it holds lots of canned foods.
So if you've thought about getting electric bikes, I would highly recommend this Expand 5. It's a brand new bike made by Rad Power, and they are absolutely fabulous. They're stable, they feel good. I'm not the skinniest guy in the world, so I need something that feels like it's going to hang in there even on rough terrain. So they have the extra fat tires. They're actually a ½ inch larger than the tires that we've had before. We had a different brand of bike that we were not really that happy with because the weight limit didn't really fit my my physique, and it felt unstable, and Debbie was a little unsure on it. This is, again, the Expand 5. It's the new step through that they have, and I love this thing. It is really great. They are so wonderful because exploring, all we did before was just walk. And you're not going to walk more than a couple of miles at most. But you get these little electric bikes, and you all of a sudden your world turns in, instead of being a mile or 2 miles away from you, you literally can go 8 or 10 miles. Well, we've got mountains all around this place, but we never got to the mountains walking. Another thing about these bikes is they stow so easily, and they fold right here. And it's amazing how small they do get. So you can simply fold them, and 2 of them will go right in the back of our little car, no problem at all. So they are really a joy to have around, and they're not in the way. And the neat thing is this one is actually much lighter than the last model. They've cut out a lot of weight. Well, as you get older, that's one of the things you have to think about.
One of the things that really impressed me about the Rad Expand 5, it's a step through, first of all, and they have the little Velcro straps that hold it. But the most important thing is I was on other electric bikes, their bike handles are straight out, and I had to stretch out because I'm short, and my hands were the only thing that bothered me when I rode for a long time. My hands would really bother me with that stress. So this one thing I really like about this is that the handlebars feel more like a regular bicycle handlebar. It handles so much easier, and it can adjust, the handlebar can adjust down closer to me, so I can actually ride with my elbows bent, and it just feels a lot more secure and a lot safer. Every time I got ready to turn a corner with bikes that I've ridden in the past, I would feel really insecure about turning the corner, but this is much more manageable and much more maneuverable. So those are some things I like. It feels really, really sturdy, and it's got tons of power, I feel like. So
it does. It has a lot more power. And the main thing is it does such a good job with pedal assist.
It does.
Hi, my name's Jim again. This is the kitchen area with the stove right there, and this is our kitchen sink right on this side, and then we just put this in mainly so she'd have a little area to put food when she was cooking, and also so that she could do puzzles because she loves puzzles. And this is a Cubic Mini, and I love these little wood stoves. It radiates. It's a great thing for us, and we just love it. We use it a lot. We have little tools also, which Debbie said, oh, those are so cute, we got to get those. Our little shovel to clean our stove out with. What I mainly use in this for fuel is a compressed wood brick that you can get from Tractor Supply, and it's a hardwood. Those will burn. I cut them in half. You can put the two pieces in there, and it'll burn for 4.5 hours. This will heat our bus, but we don't rely on it solely because we also have radiant floor. We also have our mini split, which will produces heat. We also have up in the front, we have a Chinese parking heater, they call them. And so all of these work to heat, so we never have a problem with staying warm. We have a TV up front, and this is really cool because Debbie said, oh, when we put this in, and we had a bigger one. And Debbie said, this is like going to the IMAX because, we're only about 5 or 6 feet from the TV. So it is like going to the IMAX. We actually gave the bigger TV to our kids, and we opted for one that was a little bit smaller. This little table is kind of interesting. It turns around. You can see how it operates. It's called a lagoon, I think is how you pronounce that, but we can put this over here. It'll also go up and down, and it makes it very convenient for us to eat supper right there. Then you can just turn it around and put it up against the wall, and it's pretty much out of the way. Underneath the bench seat here, we have a lot of storage, and I mean there's a lot of stuff in there. This is where the wheel well is located. We had to do something to cover up that wheel well, and it ends up that there's just a tremendous amount of storage in there. Also, as we move forward, these chairs right here are wonderful. Now, we had a bench seat in here because we thought, oh, people will want to come and stay with us. But the truth is, it didn't ever happen. And so we decided just to change it so that it fit us, Deb and I, because we're the ones that live here all the time. But this has vibration, it has heat, you can lay down in it. It's really comfortable, and I can't tell you how many times I've taken a really nice nap in this chair. Quite a few, actually. We did have to build a platform. So underneath this, there's a platform to get it up above the wheel well. We have storage underneath this. Our chair that Debbie travels in when we're on the road is this RV chair here. And we were very blessed. We have a good friend, Chris, who actually gave us this chair when we were working on his bus. And it's worked out really, really well. Now, what we have is we have a floor that lets down in front of the chair. And then this chair will swivel around. And then we can adjust that for Debbie so that it all fits her really nicely. We can actually reach across and hold hands while we're going down the road, which we do occasionally. And it's really been a blessing to have this chair. There's a video on our channel where I drilled through to put this chair in, and I drilled right through our radiant floor pipe. Somebody said, how did you know you drilled through it? Well, water came up like an artesian well, and just, whoo, we got water. We also have a little benefit. If we're in a real beautiful place where there's lots of mountains, we can pull this back and we can see beautiful view. But I put this up because it just keeps out all the old ugly heat. And here we're in Arizona, and you can probably tell I'm sweating. So we want to keep that stuff on there.
Having fewer things makes you have less stress, believe it or not.
It does.
And that's kind of a really nice part of it. Another nice part of it is just being able to go out and see people you wanted to see things you wanted to see, and just be around new people. You have the choice. If you're a person that likes to be around a lot of people, there are tons of groups that you can go and camp in that group. And every night they'll have a big campfire or a big cookout or something. Or you can
be by yourself.
To go out by yourself in a place where you're totally by yourself. I would suggest that you really give it some serious thought and give it a try, and don't let fear take over. I think that's...
No, you can do this.
Fear is one of the things that will keep you from doing what you'd really like to do.
Keep you from doing anything.
If you think you really want to do it, well, just go out there and do it. Don't worry what
one
people
definition
say.
I heard of fear was false evidence appearing real. Think about that. False evidence appearing real. There you
Because
go.
most of what you fear doesn't happen anymore.
Never happens. Yeah.
I'd say just do it.
Just do it. Come join us somewhere.
If you really want to, but if you don't want to,
don't come if you don't want to. Well, this is our soak tub and our shower, which we really, really love. About once a week, I get in here and soak it up. It is so nice. You know, our water comes out at 140 degrees. So we just put it in there straight hot, and then we'll add enough cool to it so we can stand it and get in there and soak. This tile right here, we bought these at Home Depot, didn't we? And they were like 67 cents a piece or something on sale. Then we secured them to the wall with liquid nails, which I highly recommend. Behind that, We have plywood, 3/4 plywood, but we painted that with 2 coats of a real good water repellent. I taped the corners with a fiber tape before I painted that stuff on. And then in between is a sanded, flexible grout. So it has a lot of silicone in it, so it has a little flex. Then this was just a decorative. They had this on sale for a little of nothing, and I just wanted to put something in there to break it up, make it look a little different. But the whole thing has been very serviceable and has worked really wonderful. Washer and dryer, and this is wonderful, and we do use it. Now, the first time I remember we said we never use it, it's just a $1,700 clothes hamper. But now we have been using it some, and we don't usually use the drying part, we just wash. And then all this up here is storage, medicines, and our little wash rags, you know. And on this side is just our regular little clothes closet. It's open. Now on the other side of the bathroom, our clothes closet is on that side, on this side of the bathroom. And then I have a little fixture that I made up here. So it's not very bright, but it's right over our mirror, and it works well. And then this was just a stainless steel bowl, and I hooked that up for our little sink for the bathroom. And then our toilet, what we have is we have a, believe it or not, it's a composting toilet. We really like it. It is a little different. It has like a propeller in the bottom made from a ice dispenser on an old ice box. And so when you turn it on, you can just see that it agitates the sawdust, and any solids just simply sink in it. Now the medium that I use is horse pellets. I love this system. It's really been good. And then we have a little fan over there, and that pulls out, goes up the top. Oh, and we put white vinegar down our urinal, and that keeps the smell way down to almost nothing. This is just storage for all of our toiletries. I love these doors on this because this gives us a very large bathroom to dress in, to whatever. So when you pull this open, it's actually pretty wide in here. Feels nice and roomy. So when you're dressing, you've got plenty of room to do whatever.
Okay, so welcome to the bedroom. After you pass the bathroom, you go through the living room, kitchen, bathroom, and then back to the bedroom. And so this is the bedroom right over the engine of the bus. Our freshwater tanks are under here, and our gray water tank. We chose to have the bed going this way because we like to sleep with that window open. The only thing I don't like about having the bed that way is that it is a booger to make. Jim usually puts the sheets on for me, because when you put those fitted sheets on there, they're pretty hard to make if you can't lift up on the mattress. We do use the TV quite a bit, so we have a TV up here. We don't watch a lot of TV per se, like regular channels, but we watch a lot of YouTube videos. I occasionally will sneak back here and play games on it, so you know, I'm an old lady to be playing games. It's just nice to be able to come back here, you know, and just relax and watch the TV, and we use it quite a lot. We have a little bit of storage down in here. This works great for us. We have some storage back here. I keep my music back there, and I keep a lot of documents and stuff back behind. We put a shoe holder on the back, and we put some powders and lotions in there as well. So there's a lot of storage back there. One of the things that I really wanted was a place where if I had someone visiting, I could shut off the bathroom and have a big dressing area in there where everything, I could get dressed in there if I wanted to. I also wanted to be able to shut off my bedroom when I had other people up in the front if I needed to come back here. And this door I really like having that door there. We love to do music on the road. We do music every Sunday, and that music that we do is mostly old Southern gospel kind of stuff. We felt during the COVID crisis that people were getting discouraged and they needed a little encouragement. So that's why we felt like we wanted to do music. We love doing it. We love singing around the campfire and singing with people that play guitars or whatever. We've got a small community of people that we talk back and forth every Sunday, and it's wonderful. When we first left Texas and moved to Colorado, we had both lost our jobs. And so we bought a small...
Because of the move.
Yeah, because of the move. So we bought a small Class C, and we lived in that for about a year. And when we finished living in that, I said, I never want to go camping again. Never.
That's right.
And I don't ever want to be in a motorhome again. Well, because Jim said, well, maybe we can do a bus after we decided, yes, we want to downsize. And I said, no.
But when she saw, at that time it was called the Good News Bus.
Yeah.
And when she saw the Good News Bus, she said, I could live in that.
I could live in that one. Yeah.
That's what she said.
I think they have 9 or 10 children now, and they all live in the bus.
And now they're just called Bus Life.
Bus Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So-
they're a beautiful family.
Oh, they
but we
are.
kind of got some inspiration from that.
We decided to do a roof raise from the time I even thought about moving into a bus. Now, there is one thing I probably would do different, because I have done a couple roof raises since then. I would bring the roof raise all the way to the front. Man, I love the roof raise. It makes it feel more spacious. It makes it feel more like home. I know that our roof raise is solid. I know how I built it, and I know that this roof raise is more solid than it was the original bus. This is my little air conditioner, and it works great. And then I have this little Predator. Don't use this much unless we have 2 or 3 days of rain, but I have almost 3,000 watts of solar on the roof. In here I have my charge controller. It's all in one. It's called an MPPT, and it has everything in one box. I have all my long stuff right here, and we have a total of 12 AGMs, 130 amp hours each. But of course, AGMs, you can only use like half of that. And this tank right here is for our shower only. We're able just to pull this down, hook a hose onto it, and dump it when we need to. These 2 sides though, I painted these little mountains, and I think the 2 sides, what did it take? A couple hours or less to paint both sides. So it's not something like a great piece of artwork. It's just something for fun, because Debbie said, I want something painted on the side. So there you go. That was it. So I have one big tub in there, and because we do have a few things that are long, so I have one big tub, and then all the rest of them are small tubs. And then our ladder, and I love this ladder. It's been very serviceable for us. Really worked wonderful. I believe we have 7 propane tanks. I opted to do the small tanks because, you know, as people get older, it's not as easy to pick up a 90-pound bag of Portland cement. So I thought, well, maybe 20 years from now, I might be really glad that I used the little ones.
Thanks for watching. If you want to keep up with us, you can follow us on Life is a Joy on YouTube, Life is a Joy Bus on Instagram, or Life is a Joy on Facebook. And we'd love to have you join our community.
Absolutely. And she's fun to watch.
Right.
I watch her all the time.
Yeah.